If you want to do animations, you're going to have to come up with great stories. Now in today's video, I'm going to share you 3 ways how I come up with storylines for my animations. So stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel. The channel where we want to help up-and-coming animators to become better animators and improve their craft. Now if you are new to animation and you really want to improve and learn more about animation, then I've got a great free online video training for you. It's absolutely free. You can just click on the link in the description box below and you can take that free video training, and in this training you will work step by step with me, and by the end of the video you would have created your very own animation. So this is a great way for you to start learning. You will learn also the basics of animation like keyframe animation, etc. So once you've worked through that video, you will be able to have the basic knowledge to go and create your own animations. So feel free to click on the link and sign up and go take that free video training. I'm sure that will really help you. Now in today's video, I want to share with you 3 ways how I come up with stories for my animations. Now to give you a little bit of background, I've got my own streaming platform, so I release a new episode every Friday. So I have to come up with a lot of stories and a lot of ideas for new shows. So I can really talk with experience when it comes to this topic. And everything on my platform is original and are shows that I've created. So I have to come up with new storylines, new ideas on a regular basis. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways how I do it. And one of them, I'm not sure if it will really have an impact on your situation, but I'm going to share it with you in any case. And I think I'm going to start off with this one. The last one I think will really change the way you write stories or come up with stories. It is a real game changer for me. It works every time and it's a great way to come up with great catching stories. So remember to stay tuned to the end of this video where I share this final tip. But to start off with, the one way that I come up with stories is through things that I've done in the past that I've realized made an impact. Now to give you an idea, I've got a show called Superheld 101. That is the first animation that I've ever done, and I also show I've got an online course where I teach people how to do or create their own animation series, and I'm actually using Superheld 101 as the example there. Now this show comes from a song that I wrote and produced for a kids group, and the song is called Superheld, which in English translates superhero, and the song is about kids making a difference in other kids' lives. So for instance, if there's a new kid at school, just to make them feel welcome, or if one of the kids have a bad day, to just go and give them a hug. In that moment, they are a superhero to that child. So the whole concept of the song was that you can really change people's lives by just focusing on these small things. Now that song was a real hit amongst kids here in South Africa, and so what I did was, when I tried to think of a concept for my first animation, I actually thought, well, this concept really works well with the song. So I'm going to take that concept and I'm going to turn it into an animation show. And basically that is what I did with Superheld 101. It is about 3 kids. They're just normal kids. They want to be superheroes, and so they got the whole outfit, but they fail at being a superhero. But what they do right is at school, these small things, making a kid feel welcome, or just to cheer up a kid who's feeling down. So they succeed in these small things, but they want to be superheroes, and they fail at that, but they succeed in these small things. So that was a concept that I've actually done through music, and it was really successful, and then I turned it over into an animation show. Now, you can take this or implement this in anything that you've done in the past. If you see something that has really worked, or if there are things that happened in your life, maybe when you were in school, or things happening at work, or things that have happened in your life that really made an impact, or it just created such a good memory for you that it's just stuck with you forever. Those kind of things from experience, things that have worked or things that stuck with you forever that you'll never forget. Those are great places where you can find inspiration for your animation stories. The second one I would like to share with you, it is actually very simple. Another show that I did on my streaming platform is called Don't Be a Fool. And how I came up with the storyline for this show is I actually look back when I was a kid, one of my favorite cartoon shows. It wasn't actually a show, it was just a short animation clip in a bigger animation show. And the clip that I'm talking about was Good Idea, Bad Idea. And I'm sure a lot of you would recognize that show and can remember it. It was part of Animaniacs, the original Animaniacs series back in the 90s. And I really, really loved that Good Idea, Bad Idea. And I felt that, first of all, I love the contrast, the good idea versus the bad idea, and how you can play around with it to get funny ideas and to illustrate something really funny. I really love that concept. And that is something that I feel is missing in today's animations. Those type of humor, and then also cartoons like the Looney Tunes, the Roadrunner, and the Wile E. Coyote. I really love those kind of cartoons as well, you know, where the anvil drops on the cartoon character. And those are kind of animations that went missing along the way. You don't really see those kind of animations with that kind of humor today. So when I created Don't Be a Fool, it is actually a Bible animation that teaches certain Bible verses to kids. And in the book of Proverbs, there's a lot of Bible verses that talks about a wise man does this and a fool does this. And that's where I came up with the concept with a good idea, bad idea, the one idea versus the other idea. And when I go into the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, the wise acts this way and the fool acts this way. So I thought, you know, I can really bring back that good idea, bad idea type of feeling to it, to my animation. And that's where I got my inspiration from animation shows that really spoke to me. Animation shows that I really enjoyed as a child. Because if you're going to do animations that you love, you're just going to enjoy the whole creation process of it. I mean, for me to go into the Bible and just find Bible verses and just to make it funny, just to animate it in a way and to tell that Bible verse in such a way that is hilarious and that kids will remember forever. That whole process, it just makes it all worthwhile. So I'm actually enjoying creating the show. So that is the second way how I come up with stories and ideas for shows, is to look back at shows that really had an impact on me, that I love watching, that I feel is maybe a bit missing today, and then find inspiration from that. See what made that show work and so popular, and try and to incorporate that into your shows. So it's not about copying other shows. It is really about finding inspiration in shows and let that inspiration flows into your stories and your animations. The final one, and this is really a game changer for me, and you can actually see this. I haven't watched a video where they share this. This is just something I came up with myself, by myself. I'm sure other animators or storytellers use this method as well. But what I do, and this really works, is to ask myself a question: what would happen if? Now, why I share this and why you should ask yourself this question as well if you want to come up with a great story is if you ask yourself a question, what would happen if? And then you can just fill in the blanks, add anything. Now I'm going to share with you an example just for fun's sakes, just to illustrate what I'm trying to mean here. What would happen if fish were living on land and humans were living in water? Now that sounds crazy, but you can imagine the fun stories that can come from that. For instance, how will humans go on holiday to the beach? How will the beach house look like for humans? Or will it be fish that have beach houses and that will go to the beach and build sandcastles? How will that dynamic work? Other ideas. How will fishing work? How will humans that lives underwater now fish for food? Or will the fish actually human? If you catch what I'm trying to say. So all of a sudden, by asking this simple question, all of a sudden you have so many dynamic ideas that you can use and incorporate in this whole idea, and so many new ideas comes from that. Now, if I can give you an example of a show that I feel has incorporated this question when they created it, was the Flintstones. If you look back or if you watch the Flintstones, they probably asked the question of what would happen if prehistoric people lived like people today. And then the creativity started to flow. They came up with, when they go to the casinos, probably at Rock Vegas and not Las Vegas, but Rock Vegas. And obviously there were no engines, so how would a car work? Well, their feet will probably run underneath the car, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, by asking that question, so many new ideas flows from that, and you get so many new ideas for your animation story. So that is one key advice that I would give everyone, and it has helped me so many times to come up with awesome ideas for shows and animations. And that is to ask yourself the question, what would happen if? And then you just you can write maybe that sentence, that question 10 times and fill in 10 blanks after it, and you will get so many animation ideas, story ideas from that question. And that is something I've used, and it hasn't failed me yet. It keeps on delivering new show ideas, and I've got so many ideas I want to incorporate and work on for my series, but I can only do one show at a time. And but I really hope that these 3 tips that I've given you will help you to come up with story ideas for your animations. And if you have other ideas or methods that you use, feel free to write it in the comments section below. I would love to hear your ideas. Maybe there are other things that you incorporate that works for you, and let us know. This is like one big community, and I would love to hear from you, and let's help each other. So let me know in the comments below how you get ideas for your stories, for your animations. Well guys, if you've liked this video, click that like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithms, and it will help this channel to grow. And feel free to hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a new video. And remember, if you are new to animation, I've got that free online video training that you can take. Just click on that link in the description below, and you can go take it. It's absolutely free, and it will really set your journey. It will really start your journey in becoming an animator. And then also feel free to visit the Start Animating website. It's startanimating.com. There's some great online courses to improve your animation, and we also have a great community where we also help each other, and it's a website specifically designed for all the animators who are starting out. So guys, that is it for me. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, God bless and goodbye.